So stop me if you've heard this one. You've gotten down a few poi tricks, maybe some basics, or even some more advanced tricks. But a funny thing happens every time you try to turn. Namely, you find yourself kind of fighting your body and your plane's going all akimbo. What's going on? Is it that you lack grace? No, actually, it is that you haven't been taught the proper way to turn. And the way that you access those smoother turns involves leading not from your hands, but from your hips and feet. And I can show you how. Drex here from DrexFactor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And in this video, I'm going to give you some of my best tips and tricks for getting those turns down. But before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Fire Mecha, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, and Ultra Poi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all of these amazing companies and the work they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links down in the description of this video. So there's kind of a time bomb that is built into the way most of us learn poi, but it doesn't become apparent until a ways into our flow journey. Namely, whenever we're learning our tricks, whether they be beginner tricks or whether they be more advanced tricks, we're pretty focused on what our hands, arms, and shoulders are doing. And that makes sense because poi is really centered around those parts of the body. But as soon as we start trying to lead turns or move around our body from our shoulders and arms, things get a little awkward. And that's because when we want to move around, the way to do that is to lead with our hips or our feet or both, and be able to take our poi in hands along for the ride. Now, that's not built into the way that most of us learn poi, but there are ways that you can figure it out. So to help you out, I've compiled 5 of my very best tips and tricks to help you navigate this territory and make improvements in your turns this very day. And we're going to start things off with what I think is quite possibly the most important thing that you can possibly learn in performing any turn. Tip number 1, spotting. Now, this is going to sound wicked counterintuitive, but stick with me here. Your head is the guide that your whole body follows wherever you happen to move. So for example, if I want to turn my body around halfway, I really want to turn my head around halfway and let my body follow. Or I can go a full turn around and the same thing happens. Basically, if I line up my head where I want my body to go, my body is going to come catch up with it. This happens whether I'm doing short turns or whether I'm doing a long turn. You want to lead with where you want to look, have your body land, and then follow with the rest. So I can do this both with a half a turn, as well as doing a full turn around. I want to make sure that my head lands where I want my body to wind up as I'm moving around here. It's very, very subtle, but once you start to see it, you can't unsee it. And of course, it is one of the key ingredients and one of my favorite tricks of all. That is anything that involves a pirouette. Once again, your head guides, the rest of your body follows. This is also helpful when you're traveling across the stage. Make sure that you're spotting where your destination is, and that will help you be able to travel to exactly the point that you want to go in and keep the turns clean on the way. And it does have to be said, if you take nothing else away from this video, please take this. Spotting is your friend, and it will help you regardless of the type of turn you're attempting to do. Cool, so we started from the top, now let's go a little bit lower. Tip number 2, hip lunges. All right, so the key to this one is moving our hips, and namely moving them from side to side whenever we turn our bodies. We can do this at first in a pretty localized fashion. So I want you to start with your feet planted, facing a given direction, and I want you to turn to your stage left. Now, when you turn to your stage left, there's something very important I want you to do. I want you to imagine there's a steel cable that's attached to your right hip, and when that steel cable pulls, your whole body follows, and then it's going to release and come back. Now you're going to turn to your stage right and imagine there's a steel cable attached to your left hip. Boom, pulling it around and bringing you back. So let the cable pull you to the left and back, pull you to the right and back. Every time you do this, you should lunge out just a little bit and bend your knee. We don't want to have it be that you're kind of like tilting over to the side or anything like that. We want your hips to change the direction that they're facing in order to point to either stage left or stage right. Square your hips. We can even do this with the poi. When that cable pulls on your left hip to bring you over to the right, bring your left hand over your right to start a 3-beat weave. When that cable pulls on your right hip to take you over to stage left, bring your right hand under. So think, the cable pulls your left hip to the right, the cable pulls your right hip to the left. Left hip to the right, right hip to the left. This should not just help you be able to get your hips way more aligned, but also I think you'll find that as you turn back and forth with your waist straps, you're going to be doing much, much, much cleaner turns back and forth to each side. And just so it does get said, whenever you're feeling that cable pull on either one of your hips, as that's happening, you're picking up the heel of that foot too and pivoting on the ball of your foot. You also pivot on the ball of the foot that is leading over to the side, and that is part of what gets you around each time. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next item here. Speaking of, our next step here is going to be playing with going from low to high. Tip number 3, get down to get up. So one of those challenges we wind up having when it comes to moving around and turning, if we don't have a background in other movement arts, is that we tend to stay pretty rooted. We tend to stay pretty grounded, and it's difficult to break out of that. And this actually creates a problem for us whenever we turn, because it means that our entire body is basically functioning as an anchor as we're trying to go back and forth. So how do we change that? Here's one exercise that can help. So this is going to involve doing something called undercurves and overcurves. And I want you to start by having your feet about shoulders width apart. Now, you're going to go ahead and bend just your right knee. Keep your left leg straight and then bend your left knee. This is going to take your butt over to the right and then back center. Now you're going to extend your right knee to take your butt over to the left and extend your left knee to take you back up. So it's bend the right, bend both, extend the right, extend both. Bend the right, bend both, extend the right, extend both. Doing this is going to make your hips go around in a circle. Get used to this motion, and we're going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, so once you are used to these undercurves and overcurves, I want you to really exaggerate them. I want you to really feel your knees bending and not your waist bending as you go across the bottom here. And as you go across the top, I want you to feel as though you've kind of stored some energy in your knees and it's coming out and bringing you up on your tiptoes. Now here's where I pull the rabbit out of my magic hat here. As you're going down and around over to your left-hand side here, I want you to turn this into a turn and take it all the way around. Guess what? You have just discovered how to do a plie and a pirouette as a result, or at least if you get your working leg in the right place. So try this a few times. Go around once, twice, and on the third time, boom, take yourself up and around. Then go around the other way. Around once, twice, and on the third time, boom, take yourself around. I want you to get a little bit more comfortable going back and forth to either side here and making those pirouettes feel really natural. And more than anything else, feeling that undercurve happen before you go up into the pirouette. And if you want a poi trick to accompany this, I'm happy to oblige. Personally, I think that the big windmills that we sometimes call Poitruvian man are an excellent fit for this. We basically take the long extended part across our front side here, letting our hips guide us through, and we go around in an extension. We can then stall and take our windmills back the other way, and once again, perform an extension as we go around. Cool. So we've played around with spotting, we've played around with lunges, we've played around with undercurves and overcurves. Now we're going to play around a little bit more with the feet. Tip number 4, find your twinkle toes. So another way that we tend to keep ourselves a little bit too anchored is we will tend to keep ourselves riveted to the ground with our heels. And we need to shift around to being able to carry our weight up onto our tiptoes in order to do clean turns. All right, so this exercise is going to involve reaching out with one foot and then coming immediately back. We want to make sure that what you're learning here is how not to commit weight to that foot as it's going out and coming back. So start with your feet together, and with your right foot, reach out and tap to the side and then tap back. Reach to the side and then reach back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that your right leg is loose enough so it can just go straight back and forth between these two positions. All right, now it's going to get a little funky. You're going to tap out, and when you come back, rather than tapping your foot against the ground, you're going to tap it against your ankle, and your whole body's going to go up on your tiptoes, yeah? So we tap out and up, tap out and up, tap out and up, tap out and up. Sweet. Now every time we go up like this, you're going to turn that into a half a turn. Here's how. When you reach your foot out, and remember, you're not committing weight to it, but what you are going to do is you're going to push off of it. When it comes together with your ankle, that's going to give you a little half turn to the side here. And again, you want to think back to when we pulled on our hip with that steel cable and make sure that's happening as we go from side to side here. Think up, think pull, and also think tap. So we tap out and turn. We tap out and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn. Goodness, let's make sure we don't get dizzy and go the other way. With the left foot now, we're going to tap out and turn, out and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn. Remember to spot, and yes, there is a poi trick that we can put next to this. So the poi trick that I think works best with these is stalls. If you want to do down stalls, be my guest. I personally prefer doing up stalls because they force me to be on my game with my timing here. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to stall and turn and turn and turn. See how I'm spotting and see how I'm coming up every single time I make that turn around. I'm also swinging my hands past my hips. I'll show you this from the side here. So I go up and around and around and around and around and around, like so. All right, so we played around with toe tapping. We have played around with pirouettes. What else is there? Well, we're going to play around a little bit with getting big so we can get small. Tip number 5, work with volume. So partially as a result of the fact that a lot of us kind of learn to keep our poi close with T-Rex arms, we miss out on one of the best tools that we have for being able to assist our turns, namely going from big volume to small volume. This is a trick that everybody from dancers to figure skaters know. Namely, if you start far out and pull in towards you, you conserve angular momentum, and that helps you get around. And this is also true for poi, but let's first try it without the poi to get a feel for it. So with that toe tapping exercise we did from our last example here, I'm going to start with my arms out, and when I tap and come around with my hip, I'm going to pull my hands together, and wouldn't you just know it, that makes getting all the way around a whole heck of a lot easier. Let's go back the other way with my left, and the same results. Now, how do we do this with poi? Personally, my favorite version of this involves taking a 3-beat weave and going from big to small and using that to carry me around. So as I'm performing my 3-beat weave here, I'm kind of playing with it off of my stage left with the reverse side, and as I'm bringing my right hand around to go underneath my left hand, this is a moment that I can use boom to take that volume from a big place to a small place and conserve that angular momentum as I'm going around here. I go big and small to carry me around. Big and small, big and small. This has the same impact as being open and then closed in order to get around. An example other people might be familiar with is taking snakes out and then bringing them back and around, like so. That's an old Thomas Nevesol Johansson trick, and I believe Surreal does something similar too. But either way, don't be afraid to play around with going low so you can go high, going big so you can go small, and most of all, with keeping your weight up and leading from your hips as you go around. And if you want more hands-on instruction on how to really get down those turns, you're in luck, because I'm about to start a new 4-week live stream course that is going to be an intensive that focuses on poi turns. The action starts up July 7th, and you can sign up over at crowdcast.io/c/poi-turns-intensive. All classes are recorded, so you can watch them whenever is convenient for you. Did you get anything out of this video? Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to help other people find it, and of course, to help my channel grow. This video would not be possible without my amazing supporters on Patreon. In particular, I'd love to give a huge shout out to my Flow patrons who are listed on screen right now. Thank you all so much for your very generous support. And if you out there watching would like to get your name in the credits or access to a whole host of other awesome rewards, you can do that by heading on over to my Patreon at patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. Please help me out in my mission of bringing poi spinning and flow arts to the whole wide world. I'll leave the link to it down in the description, as well as up in the cards. If you'd like to learn more about different topics in poi dance, I'll include a link to a playlist of videos I've done exploring a variety of different concepts in that realm up here on screen as well as down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get out and flow yourselves today, and I'll see you with a new video real soon. Take care now. Peace.